So, hello everyone, we are from Group 5. So, today we're going to present about our final piece, which is video titled The Malaysian Workforce Post COVID-19 Pandemic. Obviously, I will divide back to two parts, and the first part I will introduce the COVID-19 in Malaysia, aftermath COVID-19 in Malaysia. Okay, so after COVID-19, most of people still choose to pay attention to protect themselves to prevent the secondary infection. If you walk on the street, you can see that most of people still wear the mask to protect themselves to avoid the secondary infection. So I think that's good. And second, I will talk about the workforce after COVID-19. So at the beginning, I have to say the workforce is decreasing in Malaysia, but after the government said relax, the labor force in Malaysia gradually recovering and maybe get better and better, I think.
I will present about pre-production, whereas the concept we choose is interview. The location we use is basically is Physic Nation Gym Putrajaya, and then Ivesina Hospital Shah Alam, and also Sepang. Topic we choose is challenges that we struggles in the COVID era and after the COVID era for the 4 different careers or profession. First is nurse, second is psychiatrist, fourth is gym operator, and fifth is teacher. Challenges that we have is to find the idea to make this final piece, and also to find the concept for the fundamental to make this final piece. Whereas we always to struggle to make are we doing to interview or podcast, but at the end of the day we choose to make interview. So that is also storyboard and script. So thank you very much.
We went to the Physical Nation Gym Putrajaya Avicenna Hospital Shah Alam to interview the interviewee, and the overall interview went very smoothly and in a very relaxed atmosphere. In the morning, we were gardens to the interviewee office here by the staff, and we prepared our filming tools and start the interview in the afternoon. We were able to work together much better than we had in the morning, and we finished the interview very smoothly. We learned a lot from the interview that behind a very successful job is a team of individuals work together, each of us contributing our part to do our job. This is what we have learned from the group work is this course.
The interviewers are mainly nurses and psychologists. The interview was titled Follow-up of Coronavirus 19 and Malaysian Labor Force. In the morning, we first interviewed a male doctor. Facing the camera, the doctor talked about his specialty and the future after epidemic. There is a very interesting process, from the initial tension and to the later devotion to the other party stories. After that, we went to interview psychologists and realized during the interview that people's awareness of the importance of mental health has increased. But this is not enough. Middle-aged and old people still think this is dispensable. Psychologists hoped that people can pay attention to mental health as much as they pay attention to physical health in the future. I agree with the statement that half of health is mental health and the other half is physical health. Since then, the interview has been successfully concluded and the minutes of the meeting has been sold out. For the first time, I was exposed to the practical activities that really entered this society, which greatly improved my self-conclusion and ability.
For the production, we talked to various people in their respective fields. A coach and a teacher were among those that we interviewed. We interviewed a teacher in Putrajaya who is an English teacher by the name of Suraini Binti Jani. She's known as Noni by her students, and she has been teaching for a little more than 10 years. She has been passionate about education reform in government schools, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. This was filmed at her home in Salak Tinggi, Sepang. She talked about her experiences in online teaching and her classes with her students, as well as adapting with digital and ICT tools. Kal Iskandar is a former national rugby player and one of the gym operators. We interviewed him at his gym in Putrajaya, where he also teaches martial arts such as Muay Thai and boxing. He talks about his struggles during COVID-19 for the gym and also how he does his online session trainings.
And finally, for post-production, the video was edited on Adobe Premiere Pro and the graphics was done on Adobe After Effects. So the video took around 4 days to edit with all of the footage, and the video had a small inspiration and art direction similar to the YouTube channel Vox. So a few things that we can learn from during the post-production is the position of the interviewers, because a lot of the interviewees were looking up when they answer, because the interviewers were standing behind the camera, and we should learn and be more familiar with microphones, especially lavaliers, because of the static sounds and the type of fabric that the interviewees were wearing.